Good morning, beautiful people. As you can see, it is another change of scenery, and that is because I am back in New York. You know, it's actually really bittersweet to be back here, but the sweetness is definitely overruling the bitterness, I must say. First of all, I am up once again at a super early hour, at least for me. It is currently, guys, like 7:30. It's 7:34 in the morning right now. As much as my body wants to take full credit for waking up early, wanting to be responsible, and getting work done, that's probably not the case here. Truth be told, I'm still a little bit jet lagged, and typically the second day is the worst. So that's why I'm up early. Sorry, yeah. I wasn't being an adult whatsoever. It feels great, okay, to start my day this early. I feel like I'm just going to be a little bit more productive. And actually speaking on productivity, right? Productivity. Speaking of that, a lot of things have been laying on my spirit lately that I'm still trying to discover and unpack, but the most prominent thing, especially, ring-a-ding-ding, I have been getting so many signs, like, from the universe regarding intentions and just overall living your life day to day by being intentional with your wants and desires, and most importantly your needs, like in your current state right now in your life. Why I'm necessarily tying this in with productivity or being productive, I think that there is a very discrete difference when we talk about living life being just busy and living life being productive. I think the main difference is intention. When you are doing anything in life and you are very intentional with your work, that's not just being busy. That's not just going through the motion of something. Rather, you have a very specific end goal in mind, and your work is being set up from A to Z to make sure you take those necessary steps in order to get there. Okay, so back to these reminders that I have been getting, which it just makes so much sense, especially right now with just what's going on in my life and where I am mentally, physically, and emotionally. So for the past several weeks, I have been getting these small reminders about always being intentional. It started with me getting into podcasts. I don't know why I was like the late bird on the wagon. Do people say that? I wasn't always a fan of podcasts. I felt that my freaking attention span wasn't long enough for them. I felt like I always needed to rely on a visual, and I just wasn't sold on them. But a couple weeks ago, a really good friend of mine, she recommended me to listen to this podcast episode. So I think the difference here was that she wasn't just saying, girl, you need to listen to this podcast, and then I was thrown into a host of episodes and didn't necessarily know where to start. I went ahead to listen to this podcast, and oh my God, like, it was so synonymous with everything that was happening in my life at that exact moment. And I was sold, I was hooked. And then I just started listening to all the other episodes in her podcast. Actually, let me do a shout out because I highly recommend this podcast. Like, she is amazing. I have it pulled up right here because every morning I actually go and listen to it. So the name of the podcast I've been listening to is called Ask Viv. And her name is Bianca Vivian. I will go ahead and link her podcast below, and specifically the first episode that I ever listened to. Trust me, you'll be hooked. One day, as I was just cleaning my room, kind of just having the podcast on in the background where I was listening, but like not too tapped in, like I wasn't necessarily taking notes, she starts speaking about intentions and the whole thing about law of attraction. And if we are not intentional with our words, actions, wants, and desires, then there's no way that they will be attracted into our life. And I had to sit and think and say, wait a minute, that's so true. Like, I felt that I talk a lot about the things that I want to do, want to happen in my life, what I need, and I am not intentional with them. Meaning, with every action that I take, there is no end goal, like an ultimate end goal. I feel like I'm taking these just steps without aligning them to exactly where I want to be. Fast forward maybe a couple days to a week later, I was listening yet again to another podcast, and then the topic of intentions came up once again. This time specifically, it was talking about our love life. I got checked once again. Okay, now to tie this all in to where I am and the position I am in my life, like I said, it makes complete sense. So I recently started this new project. This project is very near and dear to my heart as it stemmed from and was inspired by the death of my father. Okay, that's crazy. Like, what? As soon as I just said that, here comes this butterfly. I have a thing with butterflies and my father. This butterfly just came and landed on my window. Are you serious? The name of the project is the Share Your Light Project. This project has served as such a major light right now in my life, as I have been given the ability to cultivate and create a platform where I not only allow myself but also others get to share lights of their own, or even lights within themselves that they may often take for granted. I found that I was taking all of these steps in preparation for the project and coming up with video ideas and getting them produced and edited. However, I never identified like what did these steps supposed to mean and how do they align with where I'm trying to go. So I want you to take this token and think about it, especially if it pertains to you right now. It's helpful. I promise. Okay, so what's on the agenda for today? As I already mentioned, I am just now getting back home. I've been away for about 2 weeks, so as you can imagine, my life is a little bit in shambles. I first need to start with kind of tidying up, cleaning up. I swear, before I left, I did a whole like apartment cleaning. But as soon as I got back, like, I just threw everything everywhere. Like, my room is a mess. The bathroom, don't know where anything is. Just start making dishes. So I probably should start there. Also today, I am back to my 8 glasses of water. When you travel a lot, like, things just mess up with your body. I feel like my water intake hasn't been as high as it should, and I've been seeing the results or the effects of that by how my body's been responding. I've been super tired, which I understand could be jet lag, but like, we need to get it together quickly. I've had like a few little breakouts. You can see it right there. Like, that's not normal. I'm gonna do 8 full glasses. Let me actually get one started right now. Oh my God, the best thing about this kitchen is the fact that we have a ice maker. Some of you may be like, Morgan, ice maker? That's not too extraordinary, but for my New Yorkers, that's a rarity. To have an ice maker in your kitchen, that's next level. That's how we're about now. Oh my God, brain freeze. Okay. Number 1 is done. Also, this is glass number 2. We're like halfway there with this glass. Not out of the 8, but we're there. We're going. Baby steps. Oof. Okay. I'm back. I told myself, okay, listen, you only get 1 episode of Ozark, and somehow that turned into about 4, almost 5. So while these videos are oddly entertaining, I want to talk a little bit on why I consistently incorporate this into my routine. As you guys already know, skincare is like really big for me. I take major pride in my skin, but along with the products, it's very important to be aware of what you are actually consuming into your body. Water is very important, but we knew that. Not only is it just really good for the condition of skin, but also what internally goes on in your body. I know day to day I drink a lot of water, but when I do have some type of measurement to it, like 8 glasses or a gallon, the differences are a little bit more noticeable. Something that I note is my digestive system. Like, guys, okay, things be moving. Even in this short amount of time, like it's just been, I don't know, a couple hours, I've been in that bathroom. The second biggest one for me is my, what's the right word? Restlessness, how tired my body is. Restlessness, could call it restlessness. So obviously for this video, I'm only recording the course of my day, but typically when I do these, or I have done these in the past, like over a course of a week, you can see those differences. What I've seen in the span of these couple of hours is like, I don't have that just urgency to sit down or be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take a break. Like, I feel like I want to consistently move and be productive and active. So I really like that feeling because that's when I'm able to get the most work done. So yeah, I just thought those were important to note here. I have to go to the bathroom again. Crap. So while I was in my bathroom and everything's all organized and things now, I wanted to show you guys the mask that I have been like, oh my god, like literally dying over. And I also been talking about it a lot on my Instagram, and you guys have been asking questions. It is the Mighty Marshmallow Bright and Radiant Whip Mask by Bliss. What I will say is that this mask is a little bit harsh for those who have sensitive skin like myself, so I will be mindful, or that's important to take note of. But depending on your skin, like, it may cause some irritation, it may not. For me, I suffer from a little bit of redness when I put it on, but it goes away within like probably less than an hour. And I actually used it a little while ago, so if you can see the little glow? Don't know, but that's the name of it. I'll make sure I link it in the description box below for you guys. Whoa, oh my god, Morgan, are you okay? For those who want to get there, where can I put you guys? Maybe right here. Here we go. Hey, for those who want to get their skincare, I'm literally losing track of my mind. Where did that just go? Oh, here it is. Sorry. For those who definitely want to get their skincare journey popping, you know, and want to start monitoring their water intake or just get better with it, but they also struggle with just drinking water, A, because they just don't like the taste of it, or B, yeah, probably just don't like the taste of water, I recommend a couple of things. One, I would say try to drink your water ice cold. This is a preference thing, but I like the taste of all water, but I feel like it is a little bit better when it is ice cold. It has more of a refreshing and cleaner taste, so try that. 2, try drinking water out of a straw. This is odd, I know. I actually enjoy the taste of water better when I'm drinking out of a straw, and it allows me to consume a little bit more. The third thing, was it a number 3? Was there a number 3? Oh, third thing, maybe try to add a little bit of lemon. Get you a fresh lemon, squeeze a couple drops up in there, and it will just give you, I'm about to say a sweeter taste, but that's 100% not true. It will just add some flavor to your water. Those 3 things were definitely big life changers for me. Right now, I need to get to some emails because, yeah, I just need to be a responsible adult. And you know what? I actually feel 100% ready to take on emails right now. My mind feels good. My body feels good. Like, I have the patience right now to go through this. Here we go. Okay. Kelly, Can you handle this? Michelle, can you handle this? No, Beyonce, can you handle this? That's me. I don't think you can handle this. Oh. So here we are, our last glass of the day. Not only are we on our last glass, the house is now tidy. All my things are organized. I unpacked my bag. I'm feeling good. To be honest, it actually took me longer than I expected, like, to finish the 8 glasses. I believe when I started this morning, wasn't it like maybe 7:30? It was pretty early. And now it is almost going on 4. I would say though, this time around, because I haven't done like the challenge in a long time, was a little bit challenging for me. Overwhelming at some parts as I looked at the mug and was like, oh my God, I still have so much water to drink. But we made it. Almost. We made it. 1 second. Boom. That's 8 glasses, people. 8 glasses. We did it yet again. So, are we up to try the gallon for the day challenge? Let me know.